And we are back. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Phizcast. This one coming to you from directly after the last recording. Hi. It was kind of funny because I was just immediately rehearsing what I was going to say, and then I was like, no, I can't do this because I'm going to lose my idea, or I'm going to think I'm repeating myself, and I really don't like doing that. Well, repeating myself word for word, I end up repeating myself a ton anyway, but feeling like I'm rehearsing something that's supposed to be ad-lib. Anyhow, hello, welcome back. I hope your mood has not changed since the 0 seconds I've uploaded the last video, but since it took you 10 minutes to watch it, I sure hope you're doing well with that. I sure hope it boosted your spirits a bit, doing whatever it is that it did, I guess. Anyway, hello. Now, I don't know if I'm going to make it. 10 minutes, bro. I do not know if I'm going to make it all the way. So prepare for chaos and not being able to understand anything. But I do have a topic in mind to talk about, and that is appreciating what you have. Now, I am well underqualified to talk about this because I'm not exactly the most confident person. I'm not confident in my abilities or my anything else that whatever. But I do have one specific thing that I am rather confident in. And unsurprisingly, that is my voice. My voice in what I can do. I believe that it is absolutely the best part about me. And I that's said in a very high regard in coming from me, I guess. And it's very hard to, consistently believe, but I kind of settled into that point of, this is definitely one thing that I can absolutely do. In that I feel like I have this, I have a radio voice, as I use here. I can sing pretty well. I say pretty well, even though I'm a multiple-time state-level singer. And I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy doing impersonations of all these sorts of people, of the whole Family Guy cast just for fun, or of my friends whenever I can make fun of them, or, doing all these crazy, wacky voices, and I very much enjoy doing that, because my voice, I think, is just something I can play around with, is something I can do more with than anything else I can do. And it's treasured, I guess, it's treasured. It's something, not very often do I come across something where I'm like, oh yeah, I can do this, because I feel like everywhere I go, I run into somebody who can do it better than me. And I'm constantly exposed to, anything that happens where I'm like, oh yeah, no, they're so much better than I am. I was at Sky Zone. And that was a very fun time. If you haven't been, I would absolutely recommend it. Just be careful. And I was on the dodgeball court. Sorry, I just hit my mic. Anyway, I was on the dodgeball court. Now, next to ultimate frisbee, dodgeball is my favorite activity. My favorite, recreational activity. Because I think it's just super, super fun. Albeit I can't throw a ball. I can barely throw a ball to save my life. But it still is a lot of fun. And I ended up getting into this, flow state, as I talked about in the last episode, where I was just having a lot of fun, dodging like crazy, having all these people, catching everything, and getting a ton of people out, and I felt really good, I felt really good on it. And, but there were these other people there, these bigger kids that, I just felt, I probably weren't kids, somewhere around late teenage, early 20s probably, and they were just, they were crazy. Even, I don't know, I would say, just as crazy or even more, I don't know, whatever it was. But they were doing really well too, and I was like, wow, yeah, no, I can't do that. Even though I was actively doing it and actively, dominating. Don't take that out of context. I was doing really well. I was performing to a very high standard. And I felt really good, and I was still having a ton of fun. Now, this comparison didn't ruin my fun by any means. I was still out there doing what I love to do. And eventually, it was just like this alliance, this really good alliance between me and the other really good players, and it felt really good, But I couldn't help but scratch the back of my mind where it's like, oh no, I can't do this at all. Like I'm just bad because someone else is better. And that is a very dangerous and unfortunate mentality. I would recommend that you do everything in your power to stay away from that. As someone who's still suffering with it and still constantly on that train, talk to other people that do value your skills and your abilities and anything else you can do, your input, advice, and talk to them about it. Listen to the compliments, take it in, drink it in, and don't just like blow it off like, oh, they're just being nice, or oh, because of course sometimes that is the case, but you don't have to act like it is every single time, right? Because in accepting those, you'll find some confidence to be gained. You'll find that there is some confidence to be gained, and that is extremely, extremely powerful thing. It is an extremely powerful thing. Because it makes you feel like you're on top of the world, right? It makes you feel like you can do things. And that is a crazy good feeling. Especially when you're lacking it a lot. Now, of course, I'm sure I've talked about it before, but there is a line between confidence and cockiness. Don't cross the line. Just, feel good about what you're doing. And if you don't, find others that, can help you feel good about what you're doing. And don't, beg for compliment. I don't know. All right. Look, there's a ton of caveats to this. That a ton of exceptions. But, I don't have to detail every single one of those, because if I could go on for 25 minutes if that was the case, presenting scenarios for every single thing, that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. But I will say, just feel good about what you can do. Pinpoint one thing, I guess. Like for me, it was my voice. And my voice encompasses a couple of other things. It encompasses, this radio talking. It encompasses impersonations. It encompasses singing, the range of it and whatnot. I'm sorry. I got mucus in my throat, of course, now that I'm recording. But take your time and just look back and find one thing that, even if you don't think you're that great at it, if it's something you enjoy doing, then I'm sure you have some level of talent, some level of ability in whatever that may be. Because that's generally just what it is. I mean, if you really are really, really, really bad at something and you're just constantly losing and constantly getting shown up or, whatever, I'm sure you won't be having as much fun with it as you will be when you're really placing and moving up and having a lot of fun with it and feeling good about yourself, getting into that flow state. And just anything that may be. It can be extremely, extremely small. It can be literally anything. It could be, darning socks. Whatever it is. If you're really good at it and you enjoy it, by all means, have confidence in it. Because from there, you can reevaluate what makes it fun or what makes you out of anyone else better at it or good at it at all. And I guess a sort of side comment to that is, don't judge your own confidence based on other people. It kind of does go against what I was saying where, if you're better at something or moving up, then you should feel good about it. But it also brings that dangerous word of comparison into the matter. And comparison is, it's a little scary. Because usually when you compare yourself to other people, you're not comparing them in a way that makes you look like the better person. At least in my experience. And it's dangerous because it just means like, oh, they can do this better and they can do this better and they can do that better. Or I'm not as good as them. Or I want to be as good as them, but I can't. And it just draws this whole negative energy towards it. That's no fun. Who wants that? Who wants negative energy, right? So avoid comparison, at least in a standard where you're just looking at other people to see how bad you are or see how much better they are compared to you. And it's like, just be careful, right? Don't go down that rabbit hole of, everyone else is better at this, so I shouldn't feel good about the level that I'm at. Even if someone in the world somewhere is level 50 at something and you're level 39, that's still 39 levels above someone who doesn't know what they're doing, who is actually not good at it. So feel good about it, feel good. Take your take your abilities and just pump yourself up, Pump it up. Yeah, cool. 10 minutes. Lovely. Didn't know I would make it. I'm sure I did, and I went quite a few places along the way. But, yes, very cool. All right. Thank you for sticking through this with me. I apologize for being gone for so long. This will probably be the trio of episodes that I just slapped together and schedule for an upload somewhere tomorrow at 10:30. And, thanks for joining me on this episode of the Phizcast. I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye.